Hello YouTube, how's it going? It's your boy Michael, and today we're gonna be talking about GR1 tips and tricks for all the way from the start all the way to stage 18. We're gonna be talking about which champs are good, how to progress naturally from the start, which champions will be very useful, which champions are easy to get to progress in this game mode, and hopefully to help you push for those higher stages. So let's get to it.
There's power!
Alright, so before we start, I just wanna thank everybody watching my videos. We recently just hit 200 subscribers, so I'm really grateful to all of you who subscribed. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, I would really appreciate if you did to help me with that algo on YouTube. And let's have a look on how to progress in Grade 1, which champions to use, and how to progress the best way. So, the best way in a Grade 1, it's literally mainly for magic damage, AoE damage. You can use fighters, but it's much harder for the fighters because certain enemies in these stages have much higher defense than magic resist. So anything that deals magic damage is really good in this stage. AoE is absolutely god. Now at the start, if you're a spender, Iona, I think she costs like $5. She's one of the best for these stages alongside Greed. Greed is amazing. I believe you get him on week 2 for free. Definitely max him out. He is absolutely awesome. He has those burns, he has slows, AoE damage, and he stacks with his attack with kills, so he can get some insane numbers out. After that, there are very good two champions you can get really early if you're not lucky on the pulse, and those are Lightlock and Navros. Both of these are fusible. So when we have a look, when you go here, summons and hero fusion, as you can see, Navros and Lightlock both fusible with the most basic champs, which you would have a ton just by fusing, or even when you're buying them from the shop. Very easy to get. You're getting them all the bloody time, so at least get one of each. They don't need to be A2, A3 or anything like that. For the basic stages, they will completely do. And for when you're using the Lightlock, you should have at least one decent tank, and I'll show you exactly why. Because when you're doing the basic stages, really good way how to progress is, let's say, stage 12. Yeah, so we're gonna use just Lightlock and a tank, just so you understand how it works. We're gonna use, yeah, let's say Olag. Or actually, I recently pulled Isolde. Let's try level 1 Isolde. Why not? She might die pretty easily on stage 12. Let's try stage 9. Yeah, so just these two, just so you understand how this tactic works. So pretty much all you have to do is put tank here, light lock, so he can reach the tank, and that's literally it. You need decent damage gear on light lock, since every time he heals, he does AoE magic damage. So you will just have the tank, light lock is gonna be healing and dealing damage to these bad boys, as you can see. Yeah, you see 7k damage, and pretty much how fast you build him and how good your tank is, you're gonna clear this. Now, obviously, if he's not 6-starred, you will need to use multiple heroes and stuff like that. But for example, let's build him just quickly, just for fun, because I don't think I have him geared. Yeah, so let's do quick equip. Ah, that's terrible build. All right. So just for funsies, let's swap. Let's build him like completely nuts. I'll give him like my insane gear that I have on my arrogance. So we have decent speed, 100% crit, 311 crit damage, and really high attack. And tank, as I said, literally anyone. So I'm gonna put even an Olag or somebody like that. And now I think we can go on higher stage. So let's try stage 12. And let's put Olag in. Where are you, buddy? Or him, doesn't really matter, but you need them to be able to get damaged so that light lock actually heals them. And this should be solo just by these two easily. My Tardor is maybe even too strong. Yeah, but look, 60,000 AoE damage. Yeah, so obviously the gear is insane, but you get the idea. So based on which stage you are on, based on your gear, this is one of the ways how to deal a decent damage. Yeah, look at that. It's just very simple strategy, but obviously with this gear, if your gear isn't as good, then it doesn't matter what you can do. You pretty much use this as one way of doing DPS. Then you add some extra magic damage you have around. Now, another tactic is just pure AoE magic damage. So let's see who we have. Let's start with the platform hero. So as I said, Greed and Iona. Yeah, the same thing. So you put Iona. And you put Greed. Another good tip is, if you don't have healers, as long as you don't put anyone near the barricade, they don't take damage. As you can see, if you put them on the back rows, they never get damaged. The same if you have fighters and you put them behind the barricade, as long as the barricade is in front of them, they never take damage. So you can use this to put 3 AoE damages in the backlines, and you never have to worry about the heals if you manage to kill them before they break the wall. Yeah. Then another trick is if you have long range fighters. Now, as I said, if you have good gear on your fighters, you can use fighters as well. But the gear has to be substantially better than the magic dealers. Unless you have magic fighters. Like I have Valkyra, for example. Do I have anyone else that is magic dealer fighter? Aatrox is amazing on these stages as well. I will show you why. And yeah, I'll show you an arrogance as well. Yeah, so I will show you that they actually don't take damage when you put them behind here. So as long as the wall stands and they are behind, they can do DPS on anyone behind the wall and not take any damage. Yeah, as you can see, they do DPS, they don't take any. And they don't take any damage from the ballistas, as you can see as well. Now, Aatrox, if you manage to get him, definitely worth maxing him out for one simple reason. You wait for everyone to stack, and then you just throw him in to die. Yeah, since he's doing magic damage, AoE, just look at this. And my gear on him isn't even that good. It's level 16 gear, maxed out, but it's not very good. Yeah, but just look, you put him down once, and he can clear 2 waves on his own. With okay-ish gear. And he has quick revival as well, so you can just spam him. Yeah, let's see that again. Yeah, it just... Like, I know I forgot to take off the power of dominance, but anyway, we're on stage 12. It's just to show you how these things work, just to get you a rough idea. Like, I could put insane gear on him, I could use insane heroes, we could do stage 18, but this is basic tips and tricks, just how to work around this stuff. Okay, what else can we do? Now, obviously, the hardest way to do it, if your gear sucks, if your heroes sucks, you need a lot of them. Then you just try to combine everything together. Let's say your gear is really terrible, yeah, so we do stage 18 with no power of dominance, and let's say I don't have any good healers that will be worth it. So let's try to combine everything together. So let's say we have Lightlock. So let's say you would fuse Lightlock. You have one okay tank. So let's say Olag. You will have Navros. We don't use anything busted. Yeah, let's use Wrath, because you get him as well, so we can use him as the DPS behind the wall. Lightlock. And Greed, because you get him too. So let's use this as our, like... This could be the most free-to-play friendly team without the Aatrox. Let's cut out Aatrox as well. So let's try to do this. Now, obviously, you will need the Wrath really well built in order for him to survive. I have him A5, so he has the life steal. But instead of him, let's use... Because you can fuse Vivian as well. So let's use her. We have Navros, Greed. Greed you get. Lightlock and Navros are fusible. Olag you will get from Void. So this team should be quite enough for any stage as long as your gear is good enough. So we set up basic like this. Let's speed it up. Oh, and this might not work. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, so Vivian. Navros. And let's see if they can manage to do this. We don't have power of dominance, so it should be quite hard right now. But I think we should be able to do this. Let's just keep them ulting. Yeah, and then we use the DPS like this as well. And as you can see, it's going slow, but it's going. Oh, but they're getting the wall too fast. But don't forget, people, this is stage 18, and my gear on most of these champs isn't even that good. But again, you get the idea. Yeah, so Lightlock with a tank does decent stuff. Some DPS behind the wall, and more DPS behind. Or the way I used to do it, I use even because I got Nyx, and she does a ton of AoE damage. So let's say you want to progress from level 12 to level 13. Let's see how we would do on level 13. Without power of dominance. Yeah, so again, the same team. Very, very friendly team. Easily accessible. Confuse Abomination as well, theoretically. What is easy to get champ as well? Let's say you have some marksman. Let's throw in her. Anything else? I think this will do. Yeah, so again, any tank. Lightlock. And then we just stack the damage in the back. Speed it up. Yeah, let's use greed as well. And you see, like from 12 to 13, this thing completely works. Let's use Navros as well, without any doubt. And the builds on these isn't even that crazy. As long as you have them crit capped, I think I have them around like 6,000-7,000 attack. And you see how they are melting. So the actual stats that you need for these stages is way lower. Yeah, absolute breeze. And we still have plenty of space for so much more to put down. Yeah, so let's just quickly recap. If you don't have good healers, or you don't want to use healers and you'd rather use more DPS just to burst everything down, so these back 3 tiles are completely immune to damage. You can use these 2 tiles as long as this wall stands. The spaces behind the wall again, no problem. As long as the wall stands, they won't take damage. For starting, Lightlock and Navros are the best 2 champs you can get pretty much for free to get you going in GR1. So I hope you like this. Tell me what was your way to do these stages, if you use just pure AoE damage or if you use combination of any of those. I hope this helped you, and I hope I earn another subscribers. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one.